Hello students, in this session we are going to learn finding the roots of the quadratic equation using the factorization method. Also, the graphical representation of the quadratic equation. So let us begin with the graphical representation. As we know that the standard form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c. So let an example equation x square plus x minus x is equals to 0. Now this equation we can write as y is equals to x square plus x minus 6. Now this equation, now it is become in variable y and x. So now when we put the value of x, we will get the respective value of y. So let us put the value for x one by one. Let's take x is equals to 1. For this we get y is 1 square plus 1 minus 6, that is 2 minus 6 is minus 4. So for value x is equals to 1, we get value minus 4 for y. Let's take x is equals to 2. So y will become 2 square plus 2 minus 6, that is 4 plus 2 minus 6, or we can say 6 minus 6 is 0. That is, we can say for value x is 2, we get y is 0. Similarly, let us assume that x is minus 3. So by putting y is equals to minus 3 square plus minus 3 minus 6 becomes 9 minus 3 minus 6 is 9 minus 9, and it is equals to 0. That means value for x minus 3, we get value y is 0. One more value we can put, x is equals to minus 2, then get value y is minus 4 here. So we can write all the respective values of x and y in a table. Like x is equals to 1, though we get value y is minus 4. For x is equals to 2, we get value y is 0. For x is equals to minus 3, value is y 0. For x is equals to minus 2, value of y is minus 4. Now by this table for values x and y, we can easily plot the graph. So let us plot the graph for the quadratic equation. Take the graph paper and draw the axis x and y, perpendicular axis, where their intersection point is known as 0, that is origin of the axis, and its coordinate is 0 0. So here our first point is y and x, that is 1 and minus 4 for xy. So 1 is here on the x-axis and y is minus 4, that is minus 4. So intersection of 1 and minus 4 will become here. So this is the position of point 1 minus 4. Similarly, the second point is 2 0. So x-axis, this is 2, and 0 for the y-axis, that means the point lies on the x-axis at the position 2 0. Then next point is minus 3 0. So where is minus 3? On the x-axis it is minus 3 and its value y is 0. So this is the coordinate point minus 3 0. Similarly, for the next point minus 2 minus 4, minus 2 is on the x-axis, negative direction, minus 2 is here, minus 4 is in the third quadrant. So we can say minus 2 and minus 4 will lie in the third quadrant. The intersection point is minus 2 and minus 4. And the last point, x is 0 and y is minus 6. So the point, this point 0 minus 6 lies on the y-axis, as its y coordinate is a number, whereas the x coordinate is 0. So that means the point lie here at the value on the y-axis minus 6. So this is the point. Now when we join all these points, so let us join all these points like this. With smoothly, when we join these points, we get this one is the graph. This is the parabola. So we can say the quadratic equation has the graph is parabola. By joining these points we get a parabola. Here we observe that graph of a quadratic equation y is equals to x square plus x minus 6 crosses the x-axis at, that means this graph intersecting the x-axis at 2 points, that is minus 3 0, or we can say x is minus 3. Similarly for this point 2 0, value of x is 2. So here the meaning of the roots of the quadratic equation is the graph of the quadratic equation intersect at the x-axis, that points are the roots of the quadratic equation. Here the roots are minus 3 and 2, as they are the point where the graph of the equation intersect the x-axis. So here this is the graphical representation of a quadratic equation. Simply we can draw the graph and we can observe that the graph touches the x-axis at 2 points. So that means a quadratic equation has at most 2 zeros. Here, as we have joined these points, so we get a parabola here. So we can say x is minus 3 and x is equals to 2 are the roots of the quadratic equation x square plus x minus 6 is equals to 0. So this is the graphical representation of the quadratic equation. Now let us solve this quadratic equation for its root using the factorization method. So same example we are taking here, x square plus x minus 6 is equals to 0, and by using the factorization method we compare first the equation with ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, and we get the value of a. A is 1 here, b is also 1, and c is minus 6. So a, b and c values are 1, 1 and minus 6. Now we want to show that the roots of the equations, this given equation is exist. So as in the graphical representation we saw that this equation has the two distinct roots, but let us find it out, are they exist using discriminant. As in the earlier session we have discussed about the discriminant, d is b square minus 4ac, and for finding this discriminant put the values b1, a is 1 and c is minus 6. By putting and solving it we get 1 plus 24, a is 25. Now here what we are getting, d discriminant is equals to 25, that means this 25 is greater than 0. So we can say discriminant d is greater than 0. So the quadratic equation has the two distinct real roots. When the equation has the value for discriminant is greater than 0, then equation has two distinct roots. When the discriminant d is equals to 0, equation has two real but equal roots, and if the d is less than 0, that means value of d is negative, then we say that equation has no roots. So we get here that the equation has the roots and they are two distinct real roots. So now let us perform the factorization method. So by this method, first we have to find the product of the coefficient of x square and the constant term. So here the coefficient of x square is 1 and the constant term is minus 6. So their product 1 into minus 6 becomes minus 6. Now we have to find the factors of this product, that is minus 6. So what are the factors of this minus 6? So we can write minus 6 as minus 2 into 3. Also we can write minus 6 as 2 into minus 3. Now we are getting here the two factors of this way. So let us add these two factors. So we get here by the first minus 2 plus 3 is 1 and 2 minus 3 is minus 1. We are adding these two factors. So what we are getting here? Let us consider the middle term, that is x. That means coefficient of x is 1. Now, which of the factor gives 1? Here minus 2 plus 3 gives 1. That means we can say these are the two numbers which we add, we get the middle term, and when we multiply these two, we get the product of coefficient of x square and constant term. So here we can write in place of x minus 2 plus 3 x. So here x square plus 3x minus 2x minus 6 is equals to 0. So here 3x and minus 2x is again becomes x. So there is no change in the given equation by writing plus 3x and minus 2x. So from these first two terms, x square plus 3x, we take x is common. So rest of the quantities are x plus 3. Similarly, from the next two terms, we take minus 2 is common, as both the terms has the minus sign. So we can take out common minus sign also, and 2 is present in both the terms. So 2 is also common. So minus 2 is common. So rest of the quantities are x plus 3 inside of the bracket, like this. So here again what we are observing, this x plus 3 and x plus 3 is present in both the terms. That means x plus 3 is the common term. So we take out x plus 3 is common. So rest of the quantities from the first term is x and from the second term is minus 2. So we can write x plus 3 into x minus 2 is equals to 0. Now these are the factors of the quadratic equation. So by these two factors, we can find now the roots of the equation by equating them with 0. So let's take x plus 3 is equals to 0 and x minus 2 is equals to 0. So we can say x is equals to minus 3 and x is equals to 2. So here we get the solution for the given equation. X is equals to minus 3 and x is equals to 2. In the graphical representation also we got that same value for x minus 3 and 2. That is, they are the intersection point of the graph of the quadratic equation. Intersect the x-axis at the 2 points, and these are the same 2 points. That means we can say the quadratic equation has at most 2 0 as the graph intersects two points. As the degree of the quadratic equation is 2, so it has the 2 zeros.